pleasure having you, brother.
Hey, it's always great to be here, man.
Love it. No, I know we've been friends for a while now. Made the connection through my dad.
Yeah.
Right. Talk me through that. How did you first meet my dad? How did you guys get the connection?
You know, it was, gosh, that was almost, I want to say close to 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
And it was like 2014, somewhere in that area. And your dad had just picked up the True Brand program. And Freddie Pasquarella, our sales manager at the time, this is in my area of North Carolina. So Freddie said, hey, I want to take you up and introduce you to this guy, Joe Cooper, and you're going to take over this account. And I came up, worked with your dad a little bit, loved him to death. We had a ball together, did some trainings and all. And next thing I know, I'm working with you and Matt. So
yeah, definitely,
been great.
Yeah.
I love working with two generations of successful people.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we love the product. We've been using the product since forever. I think it was at the National Oil and Lube meeting is when they first got the idea from True Brand of their products. And I mean, just the way you guys evolved over time. I mean, you guys only had a certain amount of products in the beginning, and now you guys kind of have everything.
Yeah.
And you guys have the new the rodent repellent. Right?
We got the rodent repellent. The thing about True Brand is we're the only female-owned and operated company in the automotive aftermarket. We are owned by two ladies who they say they're in their late 30s, early 40s. They've been saying that for a while now. They're gonna see this and laugh and get mad at me. But no, they are the most amazing human beings, and they took this company from them and Freddie. It was just Crystal, Amber, Freddie, three people in an office, to where now, when I got hired, there was me and three other guys in the field. Now we got 15 guys in the field. So I've been with them. This is my 11th year with True Brand. And the company, I mean, we're up 25% almost every year. It's just been amazing.
No, that's awesome. And you guys are mostly inside lube shops, correct?
Yeah, we do. Well, we do lube shops. We do tire stores, obviously Meinekes, Midas's. We do some dealerships.
Nice.
So we do a little bit of everything.
And you guys outside the U.S.?
Yes. We do some distribution in Canada. We do some overseas, down into Mexico.
Okay. So a little everywhere.
Yeah. We do. It's, like I said, we're a small family-owned business. The Willis family I call them the first family of aftermarket chemicals.
Okay.
Because they've been doing it since the 70s.
Okay.
They started with like bulldozers and heavy machinery. They got into the aftermarket side with a product for Disney World in Florida. Since our headquarters is New Orlando, Disney World was looking for something they could put in their little carts back in the day when they ran on gas, because they're scooting around taking Mickey Mouse around the park, and they never get up to full operating speed. So they're chugging around puffing smoke, and people don't want to breathe smoke at Disneyland. So they put out a bid to companies that somebody could solve that problem. We came up with our engine treatment, which we still sell, 50 years later. And we lubricated the Festival of Lights at Disney World for 30 years.
Wow,
so
I did not know that.
Yeah, a lot of people, they'll say, I've never heard of True Brand, man. It's not like I've never heard your name before. That's because we don't sell retail. We don't sell over the counter. We are an installer-based product. So you want to get a True Brand, you have to go to a shop and have it professionally installed in your car.
Yeah, and I think that's the key to a lasting partnership between us, is that that in itself. You can't really go to the retail over the counter and purchase the product. You can only get it from the sponsored company that you're working with. And like us, Godspeed Meineke, we have that in all of our locations. So you can't go to Advance. You can't go to, the places that don't have the product and expect them to have it, because they're not going to. And I think the product speaks for itself. I mean, even the headlight restoration, it's night and day. 30 seconds and you have brand new headlights. Even the fuel jewels, just the demonstrations that you guys do with the carbon buildup inside of the gas tanks. We're putting the styrofoam in the cup, dump a little bit of fuel jewel in there, and that styrofoam just gets eaten away. That's just a crazy technology.
The one thing about True Brand that we do that most of the vendors have fallen away from is we go into your stores and do trainings. Like, I've been here, talk to your managers, I go through your shops, I meet with your people, I do spot training. So we're more of a partnership, and as we want, it doesn't do me any good to sell you a big load of product and then it sit there, right?
Right.
I want to help you move your product. So that's what we do. I become like a partner to you in your business. You need something, you call me. If anything I can do, I'm there. And we try to be more hands-on. And most people in this industry, due to cost, COVID, and everything else, stop that.
Right. No, I agree. People try to cut corners with their product, and True Brand I can definitely tell. I mean, even the packaging, the bottles that you guys use, the technology for the spill-free insert for the fuel tank,
yes,
on the bottle, how it has the extra little spout. I mean, it's just everything you guys thought about. It's precise.
They've been doing it when I first met the owners of True Brand, this would have been 2001 when I first met them, and I competed against them. I was in a different company when they first started, and it wasn't True Brand. Their first company was Full Throttle. Everywhere, Full Throttle, QMI were all the brands they had. And I competed against them for years. And then I went to work for Service Champ, which is one of their distributors, and started selling their product, got to know them. And I've known them for over 20 years, 24 years. And I can't complain. It's like, most employees at some point I can't complain. They are awesome. The nicest. They have always been good to me. Their customers, they're amazing people.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the brand new Meineke Car Care Center right here off W.T. Harris. We're thrilled to bring top-notch auto service to your neighborhood. Because at Meineke, we do it all. From oil changes to brakes to complex diagnostics. And now, our newest location is ready to serve you with the same trusted expertise. We've got state-of-the-art equipment, a friendly team of expert technicians, and a commitment to getting you back on the road quickly and safely. Come visit us today and experience the difference.
Walk me through your jobs. I know the history of Ric Savage has been pretty fulfilling. So what year did you start wrestling?
I got into wrestling. I was getting out of the Army in 1989, 1990. I was ETSing out of Fort Bragg. It was during the Gulf War, but I had blown out my left knee wrestling for the 82nd Airborne. I was on the post team. So I blow out my knee, so they're kicking me out. They're retiring me. So as I'm ETSing out, my unit gets deployed to the Middle East for the Gulf War. They won't take me. I went over, that's when they retired me. I went to the post medical center because I had to get a release to be able to go overseas with my guys. And the major there said, you're going to hate me for this. He said, but you'll love me later. He kicked me out of the Army. So I'm 50% disabled, according to the Army, for this left knee.
Wow.
So as I'm ETSing, I'm trying to get in shape. I wanted to lift weights and get in a tanning bed and all that kind of stuff. And I walk in this tanning salon, and there's this dude behind the counter, and he's got a spiked flat top, bleach blonde, and he's just jacked. And I'm like, that's not you don't look like that to run a tanning salon. What the hell? He said, well, I'm training to be a professional wrestler. Oh, I've always wanted to do that. And he said, well, I'm training with Ivan Koloff down in Charlotte. And I said, oh, that'll be awesome. How much is it? He said, oh, it's about $3,000. I was like, okay, that scratches that. Because, I didn't have any money. So I get out of the Army. I go home. And it turns out that a friend of mine that I graduated high school with had started a professional wrestling school in a garage. Charged me $250. Taught me just the basics. And then I got booked on some cards to where I worked like Wahoo McDaniels. I met Wahoo, the legend, and Wahoo liked me. And he was the first one that took me under his wing and said, you got potential. And so from there, once he started helping me and making some phone calls, and I worked with him, and then I worked with Jimmy Valiant. I worked with the Rock and Roll Express. And then I got picked up by Tully Blanchard, one of the Four Horsemen. He managed me for a little while, my partner. We went out to Texas, worked for Jim Crockett. So I did about 7 or 8 years full time.
Nice.
And that's all I did. I worked for ECW, NWA, WCW, USWA, and every independent show in between.
That's awesome. How would you say the traveling differs now versus before?
The traveling now is more intense, really, than it was in wrestling. You're traveling every day either way. I don't like to fly, not because I'm scared of flying, but because they don't make planes that fit me normal.
Okay.
So if it's 10 hours or less, I'll drive. So for me in the wrestling day, all you had to do was get to a certain place at a certain time. Mm-hmm. You know, you had to be there. And it, depending on the promoter, like Jerry Lawler, if you had to be there, let's say the doors open at 7, he wanted all the boys there at 6. Let's say you get there at 6:30. He'll take money off. For every 30 minutes you're late, they take money off your check.
Oh, wow.
So you don't want to be late.
Right.
So all you had to do was be at that building at that time, do your job, and go. Then you're done. You know, so.
Was being late a big thing for these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just now they don't travel the way they did. Back in my day, I hate saying that, but back in my day, the guys, it was every day. You're in the airport every morning, and you wrestle 300 days a year. Now these guys their schedules aren't as brutal as it was. They've actually eased up a little bit where these guys can actually have a life outside.
Sure. I know you just had your last wrestling match, right?
Yeah.
How was that for you?
June 14th. Well, it was a little anticlimactic. I had wanted to have the original one, as you know, back in October, and then we got hit with Hurricane Helene. It killed it. And that one, we had Nick Searcy, the actor, was coming in. We had Bret Michaels, guitar player, Pete Evick coming in. You know, it was like a little celebrity cast. It was going to be a huge show, and that got canceled. So we redid it. It was a smaller show in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, with a different promoter. So the crowd wasn't great in numbers. It wasn't a big deal, but for me, it was just getting in there and doing it one last time. And once I got in the ring, I realized why I was retiring, because I was like, I'm too old. I'm 56 years old. I'm getting a little over this.
Yeah, so that was my next question. So, I mean, like, just doing that last match, it was more like, screw this. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was. Bring back old feelings?
You know, now, what I want to tell you, truthfully, if I want to be honest, if I want to look in the camera and be honest, it was all ego to do that last match.
Yeah.
I keep seeing all these other guys. Ric Flair did a last match. I see that Goldberg was going to do a last match. And I was like, I never did an official last match. I just stopped. I was like, damn, I want to do one. Not that I'm as big a name as any of those guys, but I thought, I want to do one. I wanted to wrestle one more time where my grandkids, I could send them the video and they could see Grandpop in the ring. So that was more why I did it. It was purely ego.
Yeah, I got you. How many grandkids you have?
3.
Nice. And how old are they?
Allie just turned 16. Xavier is 7. Or 8 now, and then Eli is 18. My oldest grandson just joined the U.S. Air Force. So
awesome. He's
going to be, we're going to be going to see him graduate basic training in a few months.
In Lackland?
No, he's Air Force. It's going to be in Texas.
Texas. I'm sorry. Which base is that?
I'm not sure. I'm an Army vet, so I don't know much about the Air Force.
I should know. We just went out there for my brother's graduation about 8 years ago. For the Air Force.
Well, then you know where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
It'll be the same place.
Yeah, no, it's good. He lives in Okinawa now, but maybe they'll cross paths.
I'd love to go to Okinawa. I'm a relic guy. I want to go in Okinawa with a metal detector.
Yeah.
See.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that and scuba diving for sure.
Yes.
I mean, even Aruba. Have you ever been to Aruba?
No, I hadn't been to Aruba. My brother used to live on Guam.
Nice.
And he said, man, I mean, every bit of water there was a battle site from World War II.
Oh, yeah.
Japanese wrecks and
stuff. With Aruba, they have it's called the Antilles warship. It's a German warship off the coast of Aruba. You can go scuba diving and stuff. It's pretty cool to check it out. And it's so much life, so much marine life. And, you can see, straight down to the bottom, 50, 60 feet, you see right down to the bottom. It's crystal clear water. Crazy.
I'm always scared. I'm one of these people. I watched Jaws in the theater when I was in the 70s. I'm still scared of sharks.
Yeah.
I don't like getting in water if I can't see under my feet.
Yeah, we went out to Cancun and we were doing a snorkeling excursion. And we get out about a mile out, and next thing you know, we just see all these stingrays jumping out of the water, and you see this big hammerhead chasing the stingray. And
they move fast.
Yeah, they're moving, and they're jumping out. They were trying to run away. You see one stingray fighting this hammerhead. And the captain of the boat, he's like, all right, you guys ready to go swimming? I'm like, dude, you don't see that? He's like, Yeah,
you'll
you
be
should
all
be
right.
fine. I'm like, dude, we're not getting in that water. He's like, oh, I'm not getting in, but you can. We're like, yeah, we're okay. So literally,
I'm good.
everybody that paid to do snorkeling, nobody went in the water.
Who would?
Yeah, I'm like, come on, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. I don't want to be in the water, and then all of a sudden, I see these videos of sharks, like the guy's sitting there, and he's, and then the shark comes up from behind him, and I just, it's not worth it to me. I like walking in air.
Nah, it's definitely a different world out there. Just try to stay in your own realm, but once you get out your own realm, then it's like you got to be cautious.
Well, when we were doing scuba diving before, especially on our TV show, I had my sons do it.
You scuba dive?
I don't anymore. No,
Okay.
no. But I let my boys do it. They
Nice.
love that stuff.
Nice.
I figured if they got ate by a shark, it wouldn't be as bad as
How
me.
many
so.
how many sons do you have?
2.
And do you have daughters?
1.
One daughter, 2 sons.
Mhm.
And how old are they?
Oh gosh, Giuseppe is turning 40. Nikki's 38. Maria's 30. Or Nikki's 36. Maria's 38.
Wow. Okay. And they live around the
Nikki,
Charlotte area?
my 2 boys were on the TV show with us.
Okay.
On both, and Giuseppe both seasons. Nikki in 1. Giuseppe lives in North Carolina near where we do, and Nikki is a producer.
Yeah.
He's
nice.
a line producer, so he works on a show called The Challenge,
Okay.
and he's all over the world. He lives in California, but I think he's getting ready to go to Japan or somewhere for wherever they film. They film them in real weird, like they were in
That's awesome.
South Africa.
Okay.
It's one of those reality shows.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
So
They definitely got the charisma from their dad. It seems like.
well, Nikki joined the show the second season, and he loved it. And when the show ended, we didn't get picked up for a third season. And Nick was smart. He loaded up his car, drove cross country to California, couch surfed with all the contacts we
From
made.
North Carolina?
Yeah,
Wow.
from our crew. He met men, our audio guys, camera guys. He would like stay with some of them, stay at their place. They would introduce him to people, get him work. And 10 years later, he is now a line producer, and he does extremely. He's been on The Challenge. I forget how many seasons he's done it. But
Wow. What year did you guys do your show on Discovery?
we did, let's see, it was 2011 was the first season, and 12 was the second, or it was 12 and 13, 11 and 12, or 12 and 13.
And how was that casting? I mean, it was pretty easy to try to do a TV show of that nature.
It was. It wasn't hard in that sense. I mean, I already obviously it was doing something I knew how to do. Learning to work with a crew of people and be followed around with a camera and all of that stuff was a little being mic'd at all times, screwed that up a few times, insulted a few people accidentally. But it was cool. I mean, anytime you get to do something, see, I like a live audience. See, I love being in front of a live crowd.
Sure.
A couple of weeks ago, I was introducing Bret Michaels at the Harris Casino in Cherokee. 5,000 people. I'm popping the crowd there. I'm like, I got that energy, that adrenaline. When you're shooting a TV show, you got to still put the energy out, but you don't have a crowd to respond to it.
Right.
So it's like you crack a good joke or you do something cool. You don't get the crowd pop. So for me, I like doing live stuff way better than I like doing recorded stuff.
Because I love that live
audience.
shows. How often do you do live shows?
I do them before COVID. I did them almost every weekend. I was booked. I worked with a lot of rock bands. I was doing introductions. I worked with Bret Michaels, Warrant, Firehouse, Trickster, Lita, Jack Russell's Great White. I worked with all those. And then COVID came and killed everything.
Yeah.
And I never picked it back up because it was kind of nice having my weekends off, because then I wasn't working 7 days a week anymore. Because I do True Brand through the week, and then I have gigs on the weekend.
Escape the ordinary cruise into comfort and freedom with classic Current rentals. Spacious, stylish, built for unforgettable moments on the water. Whether you're relaxing with friends or celebrating under the sunset sky, there's no better way to ride the waves. Book your adventure today with Classic Current Rentals, the lake's premier pontoon rental service. Easy, Affordable, unforgettable, because great days start on the water.
And now you have the grandkids to mess with.
Well, the grandkids live in Pennsylvania, so
Okay.
I don't get to see them as much as I'd like.
Sure.
But
Okay.
I talk to them on the phone a lot.
Sure.
I
So
text.
what do you and your wife get into?
Oh man, my wife and I both love treasure hunting. We both love digging. We
Okay.
love picking.
So
So
like antique malls and things
antique
like
malls, love an antique mall. Love going in there, finding stuff, finding treasure. I pick on eBay. I pick on at an antique stores. I pick at thrift shops. And then I like to go out and research sites and still go out and dig artifacts.
that? Nice.
And my wife and I are going to start self-producing doing digs again
Nice.
this fall.
Okay. And what does that entail? Is that like we're just doing it with a metal detector?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do some with metal detectors, like Native American stuff. Metal detectors don't do you any good because it's all rock.
Okay.
So we'll probably do a lot of metal detecting and then some not. Like we're going to do some outhouse digging, privy digging sites where a lot of people don't realize, back in the old days, before you had indoor toilets, everybody used a hole in the yard,
Sure.
and then along with human waste went everything in the house, like empty bottles, all your trash went into the hole. Then you would fill it up and then dig another one, right?
Right.
So 100 years later, those bottles are worth money. So you dig those privy sites up and you find hundreds and hundreds of bottles. Some of them will end up being embossed and worth money.
Really?
So I dug one site out and up in the mountains and I pulled 200 or 300 bottles out of it.
What's the most expensive bottle you found?
The nicest one I ever found was worth probably about 300.
Wow. And how far did it date back to?
Civil War.
Really?
Yeah, it was a South Carolina Palmetto bottle. We got
Okay.
it. We found it. Wasn't even looking for it. It was sticking. The top of it was sticking out when we were digging near Charleston.
Wow. Do they have any like sonar technology to check the ground?
You've got the it looks like a lawnmower. It does deep penetration. You roll it over the ground and it goes down 10, 20, 30 feet. That's what they find unmarked graves and things like that with.
Okay.
And we've used them. They're probably 20 or 30,000. So
Wow.
the show rented it for us to be able to use it, which was great because I wasn't ever going to buy one. But
Right.
damn, it was nice to have somebody else's.
Sure. Okay. So they do make different equipment to make the job a little bit easier, but the traditional way would probably be just doing the metal detector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about a privy site, you can't find it with a metal detector.
Right. Okay.
You
right.
got to probe. You have to have a long metal rod, and you got to probe to feel for the bottles.
How far will you dig?
Oh man, we've gone down 10 feet or more.
Wow. In the
Yeah.
Carolinas, that's hard.
Yeah.
With this clay.
Well, some of the outhouses will have brick walls on the inside. They'll be lined.
Okay. And are you breaking them apart, taking them out, or?
No, you don't have to because the stuff was thrown inside.
Okay.
So the bricks aren't worth anything. It's all the stuff in the middle.
Okay.
But you can find that brick outline. It makes it easier.
You ever been to Gibson Mill?
Mm-mm.
The Gibson Mill Antique Mall out in Concord?
I may have. I don't know. I've been to a lot of antique malls, man.
Yeah, that's a pretty large one. You like flea markets?
Love them.
You ever heard of the Elephant Trunk Flea Market?
Yes.
Up north?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to that one as kids. That's a very large one with all kinds of obscure stuff.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, we love looking at things like that and just finding different.
Well, I got probably 10 different collections of 10 different things. I know you collect stuff too. You collect like cars. I got collection of I love old action figures from the 70s.
Nice.
So I got a collection of those. I got collections of guitar picks. I got 20 autographed guitars. I mean, I got collections of collections.
Nice. And where do you currently live? You said in the
I
Carolinas,
live in
right?
Silva, North Carolina, which is
Up in the mountains.
Yeah, the Great Smoky Mountains.
So
it's right beside Western Carolina University.
Were you guys affected from the Hurricane Helene?
Yeah, we got creamed.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Asheville, Swannanoa, but yeah, our area got flooded too. But I live on the side of a mountain, so we didn't have any problem. We lost internet. That was all we lost.
Right.
But
And,
some people close to us got flooded out.
Wow. And were you seeing a lot of like the helicopters and stuff coming in and out?
Oh yeah, man.
A lot of the transports,
Yeah.
supplies.
Yeah, and without the internet, people don't realize you can't do anything
Right.
in this world. Everything stops without internet. You can't even take money out of the bank because they can't check to see how much you got in there because their system is down. So unless you have cash on you, which nobody ever does anymore, the only place during Helene that you could go and use a credit card was Walmart.
Okay.
And they got wiped. You can imagine.
Yeah.
They got overnight. They got wiped out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was pretty rough. I think they're still recovering. They're still trying to build. I mean, even to this day.
Well,
A
Trump,
year later.
it during that, I guess it was the election and all. So really, nothing got done. And then Trump came in office and kicked it into gear, and it's getting done now.
No, it's definitely better than where it was.
Oh,
for
my
sure,
world's
but,
better. I mean, people are in worlds better. Even
Definitely.
Asheville, all that, because Trump and Duffy and all them came in and just said, "Boom, turn the spigots on."
Yeah, no, it's definitely progressing. They still have some work to do, and hopefully no more storms come.
Well,
That
I
would
mean,
be,
I-40 from Tennessee is still a mess, man.
Yeah.
Because I have to drive that periodically, and it's like every time they fix it, then more of it falls off.
Yeah, then I was about to say I saw that a while back, a couple months ago. They were building it, and then part of it did like a landslide or something like
Yep.
that.
That's what it's been
just,
doing that since. It's like maybe you should put it somewhere else. 'Cause
Build a different design.
This ain't working.
Yeah.
We've been dealing with this for 20 years now.
What made you want to like stop wrestling? Like back in the first time you were wrestling there, you did your career.
Probably, honestly, when I met my wife, she had 3 kids.
Okay.
And the lifestyle with professional wrestling isn't the greatest. And, I was pushing 30 at the time, which isn't old in wrestling world, but I thought, I need to get out and get more of a real responsible life job because wrestling's like any other form of entertainment. There's a lot of seediness that goes along with it in the lifestyle part.
When you were trying to come back into the regular world, were people like realizing who you were? Were they like, oh my God, that's
Dude,
Ric Savage?
First real job I had was running a Jiffy Lube.
Yeah. Okay.
True story in Leesburg, Virginia, and I remember guiding a car. I remember myself. I'm guiding in a car, looking down, going, "How did this happen?" I mean, a couple of months ago, there was 1,000 people screaming my name. Now I'm guiding a car and on Bay 3. But and sure, people would, "Aren't you? Didn't I?" And you don't want to be recognized then. That's not where you want to be recognized. Like, didn't you used to be on TV? Yeah. Would you like a oil change?
Sure.
It kind of hurt the ego a little bit. But I've been in this industry now since 1997. I've worked with Mighty Auto Parts, True Brand, Run Right, Service Champ, and this industry's been really, really good to me.
Why'd you pick the automotive industry?
Truthfully, I didn't.
No.
I wasn't a gearhead. I mean, I owned hot rods in high school, but I wasn't the kid that fixed them. My friends worked on cars. I didn't. I was just into picking up chicks. That was all I did in high school. So I had the hot rods, and I didn't even know how to change oil, man. So I married my wife, or I'm with my wife, and my wife wasn't into the wrestling lifestyle. And so I'm going to transition and get a real job. I had a college degree, so I figured, people are going to be stopping by my house offering me jobs because I got a college degree. Yeah, right. That didn't happen. So I'm trying to get a job, don't even know, because I've never really had a real job other than being in the Army, right? I'm like, how do I do this? I don't even know where to go to start. And my wife was a hairstylist, and she was cutting this guy's hair, and he was a district manager for Jiffy Lube. And I didn't even know what Jiffy Lube was. I'd never heard of a quick lube. This is 1997. I didn't know what it was. And she said, Jiffy Lube was owned by Pennzoil. She said, well, he works for Pennzoil, and they're looking for people to manage their stores. And I was like, Pennzoil stores? I never heard of a Pennzoil store. But I meet the guy, he interviews me, and he hires me as a manager in training. And he puts me in their Frederick, Maryland store to train. First day on the job, manager in training, the lower bay tech had to show me where the drain plug was on a car because I had no clue. I had never been underneath a vehicle to look. That was day one. And then I ran Jiffy Lubes for a few years. I ran an independent chain called Oil Well up in North Jersey for a little while. And then I became a vendor. That's when I got into the vendor side. Because what you guys do in operations every day, I admire it. But man, I like being out and about.
Sure.
I don't like getting up every day to go to the same place. It drives me insane.
Sure. You like getting a different change of scenery, go to different locations?
I've traveled my entire adult life. I've been on the road over 30 years. So for me, getting up every day, going to one, because I ran a Mighty franchise for a couple of years, and I wanted to commit suicide because I had to go to an office every day.
Right.
And there was no window in my office in the center of the building. So it was like being in prison.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
Sure. No, I get it. There's some people like that. But you prefer driving, though.
Yes. Yeah. People think I'm nuts, man. I put 50,000 miles a year on a vehicle, but I don't want to get on a plane and be squished in and have my flight delayed and lose my bags. I've been through that for years. I'd rather drive it.
No, I hear that.
Stop when I want to, you know.
You normally bring the wife with you, or she hangs back?
She sometimes comes with me. If I'm going somewhere she's interested in, she'll go.
Yeah. She's like, well, I want to go there as well. You tag along.
Yeah, if it's somewhere cool. But, you know, after being married to a guy that travels for years, my wife's kind of like, see ya. See you when you get back.
Sure. No, that's awesome. What's like one place in the U.S. you haven't been to?
I haven't been to Hawaii, and I haven't been to North Dakota. Those are the only two states I hadn't been to.
So no, like Sturgis or nothing?
No, Sturgis is South Dakota. So I've been to Sturgis.
You've done Sturgis?
I didn't go on purpose. My wife and I were driving cross country from Washington State back to Virginia, and I didn't even know. I knew, Sturgis was a bike rally. I didn't know when it was. And we're driving through Montana. I'm like, golly, there's a lot of bikes through here. Holy shit. And next thing I know, it's a bike rally. It was August. I didn't know. So we get to Sturgis. We're looking, it's nighttime. We're tired. Couldn't find, obviously, no hotel. I got a ticket because I'm in Sturgis trying to figure out, there's people everywhere, bikes everywhere. I pull up to a stop sign and I roll through it, and an officer pulls me over. Oh, thanks. And then he tells me, you have to pay the $125 fine now, or you got to spend a night in jail. I said, wait a minute. I got to pay it on the spot. He said, yes, in Sturgis during Bike Week, if you get a ticket, you either pay it on the spot or you go to jail because they know you're never going to mail the money back to them once you leave.
What?
So, yeah, my wife and I are in the car because, counting out, she had to pull some quarters to count out the money. And then the guy didn't want to give me a receipt.
Oh,
I was like, no, buddy, you're not taking this and taking your wife out to dinner on me. Sorry. But that was my experience in Sturgis. And we drove we didn't sleep because there was no hotel for like 1 billion miles. So. Wow.
Holy cow. Do you ride motorcycles or not?
I used to. When I was in high school, when I got out of high school, I had a couple of motorcycles, never a Harley. I had a Yamaha Phaser, but I wrecked a couple of times because of other people jumping in front of you and stomping the brakes.
Yeah.
And after having a school bus come up over my head, I figured maybe I'm not that good at this bike thing.
What job would you rather choose? Would you rather be on the automotive customer-facing side, or would you rather be on the vendor side, looking for the organizations to serve?
God, that's a tough one because I enjoy both. I love being a vendor because I love working with folks like you. I love working with business owners, trying to help people increase sales, train employees, being a part of the team. That part I enjoy. And I love talking to customers. I love interacting with people. So it really either way. I love being I'm a people person. So I enjoy talking to customers, whether it's a businessman like yourself or whether it's the end user on the other end. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's where the rubber meets the road, man.
Yeah, no, I could agree. I think if you're a people person that can engage with pretty much any person, then you'll excel.
You will.
And
this is not a hard industry. People make it hard.
It's not. I would say so. I think you can make it very hard, or if you just be yourself and you kind of just understand that not everybody's a robot, and you got to be a people person, connect with people, kind of understand. I think work flows better no matter kind of where you're at, honestly. No, that's good. I like that. So, of the two, which one have you had more fun with?
Probably working with guys like you.
Yeah. On the vendor side?
Yeah. Always.
You get a little bit of leeway. You
can when I'm dealing with you, I'm dealing with a businessman that understands the whole thing. When you're dealing with that end user, it's kind of like, especially if it's an issue, it's a little different.
Yeah.
You know, because a business guy, you know the deal, you know what's going on, you know things happen. You're the customer, all you know is something right on my car and I'm mad.
Right.
So
You ever have to go out and solve problems?
sure, not often, you know, but every now and then, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, back when I was in operations, man, that's all I did was solve problems. So
Welcome to the Meineke Car Care Center on Beatty's Ford. We're excited to bring our top-tier auto service right here to this community. Here at our Beatty's Ford location, we've got 7 fully operational bays ready to handle all your vehicle needs. So whether it's routine maintenance or more complex repairs, we've got you covered quickly and efficiently. Come see us today and discover why our expertise and service make all the difference.
Walk me through the new rodent repellent that you guys have.
the rodent repellent, this is one of those things that I was like, where's this been? Because every shop I've ever been in my life, whenever you're doing a cabin service, every other one you pull out, it's got some kind of a nest in it. It's got mice, it's got leaves, sticks, something in there. And you know there's been something living in that thing. So, and what a lot of people don't realize is mice will eat the wire harnesses on your vehicle because the wire harness itself is coated with soybeans. So the coating is made from soybeans, which is food for mice. So to the mice, your car's sitting there in a parking lot, that smells like dinner. So boop, they slide up in there and chew up all your wire harness. They'll chew up everything. You know, my buddy, Vinny, one of our sales reps, he went to Vegas for a trade show, left his car at the Newark airport for 4 days, came back, car wouldn't start. Turned out that wharf rats had eaten his wire harness up while he was gone, $1,500. So this rodent repellent, you can either put it in a spray gun, which we have that attacks the shock there, or you put it in a spray bottle and you spray in the wheel wells of the vehicle and you spray the wire harness and the inside of the motor. And it'll last probably a month to 6 weeks. It'll keep the mice out of your car. You can use it in your house. I spray it in my house.
And it's just an aerosol can.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a bottle you pour it into like a spray bottle.
Okay.
Like a
spray
Windex
like a
bottle. Yeah.
Like a regular spray.
Yeah, you can upsell like $20.
Is there different fragrances with the
It's peppermint with an essential oils mix, so there's really no smell to it.
Okay.
But it drives the peppermint. Mice don't like peppermint.
Okay. Is that what it is? The peppermint's repelling them?
Yeah. So it's all natural. We're actually finding out now because I had one of my customers up in Virginia actually has a soybean farm and is wanting to know if he could use this stuff, get it in bulk, and spray his soybeans with it.
Really? So you can also use that from like pest control type.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was something that threw a curve at us because we were like, well, let's find out.
Any like insect or bug repellent?
We don't have any. We've got, just for the windshield, but we don't have any like a raid or anything.
Is it insect repel for the windshield that's like prior to the bug hitting it, or is it like after the fact you got like a hard bug you can't get off of the glass?
Now our windshield treatment is like a Rain-X.
Okay.
Or a Aquapel.
Yep.
You just treat the windshield with it, and it's good for about 6 months.
Okay.
Just to to where you don't have to turn the wipers on when you're moving down the highway in the rain.
Right. All right. You guys are in Lakeland, right? Lakeland, Florida. Is that like the first warehouse you guys had?
Yeah, Lakeland has always been the home base. We had our first warehouse. We grew out of it, so they bought an existing building, renovated it really, really big, huge. But now we're kind of growing out of it, so they're looking at adding more warehouse space.
And you guys do like in-house training now too, right? You guys are starting to do training classes.
Yeah, we have groups come down to our facility all the time. And we do training, classroom training. We do live demos. I mean, we've got a whole massive training center down there.
Do some of them request Ric Savage to come out?
Sure. I used to go to Denver every quarter.
Nice.
Yeah, for that.
Okay. So you live in Silva. You travel to Charlotte. You travel pretty much anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the places you've been, where's one place you say you would not go to again?
Oh Lord, there's a lot of those, man. I've been to some really bad places. I was never a Wisconsin fan in general. I
It's too much space.
just didn't like it.
Nah.
Nah, the only restaurant that I recognized was Perkins when I went. I just didn't like that place.
What is Perkins?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's kind of like a Shoney's.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, eh. So I like everywhere. I love like Chicago. I like cities.
Is there a place on your list that like you would? I'm definitely going.
I've been to pretty much everything in the U.S. Continental U.S. Everything I've ever wanted to see, I've been there.
Nice. Do you get to like choose your own schedule, or like, hey, I
Yeah,
need you to go
yeah,
here,
I make
hey,
my own
you go there?
schedule. Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I've been doing this so long. I mean, Amber, the owner, they don't have to babysit me. They know I know what I'm doing. So
Oh, that's awesome. Now I remember the first time we met, I was like, pro wrestler. I was like, come on. As a vendor, there's no way. And
I
then
get that
when you came out and just gave us your efforts and just your vibe, man, just being loud and these guys getting thrown off with it, it definitely brings in the value, you know. They love it. My employees love it. They're like, dude, that guy Ric Savage, I love him.
well, I look. I've sat through as many of meetings as you have and presentations as you have, and let's be real, 9 out of 10 of them are snoozers. So I don't want mine to be boring. I want to at least be a little animated to where the guy walks away going, well, that wasn't so bad.
Right. Have you ever flown passenger in a plane?
Oh yeah. My brother-in-law is a pilot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Your brother-in-law is? How long have you been a pilot for?
I don't know, 40 some years. He flies. Well, he's retired now, but he flew cargo planes all over the world. Those big 787s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And is he doing it for a company or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget who he did it for. He was a private pilot his whole adult life. That was his career.
Nice.
So
yeah, I'm about 20 hours right now.
really,
still a little light, but I'm getting ready to be signed off for my solo check rides here. So
have you got a plane yet?
No. Eventually, I'll wind up getting something small, but for right now, I'm just renting.
My Speedy guy in Asheville, he owns a Speedy. He's got two.
Yeah?
He's got a plane. Yeah, he's got
Nice.
2 planes. He's
Nice.
got one in Asheville, and he's got one up in actually where I live in Jackson County, in the airport up there, like a Cessna.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Eventually, I want to get a plane up. I'm flying Cirrus, so they have like the parachutes, the cap system, all that stuff. The plane that I fly is pretty like high tech, and they go pretty fast. So it's they want you to do a minimum of 60 hours with them.
Wow.
And then after that, you can kind of do your check ride, do your test with the FAA and everything like that. Get your private pilot's license, and then you'll be good. But still a student pilot right now.
Yeah, but that's cool.
Yeah. Eventually, I'll finish it up and be able to fly kind of wherever I want, when I want.
That's kind of cool,
So,
man.
No, it's good, man. Having that free will. They say sky's the limit, but when you start flying, the sky's just the beginning.
It is. Next thing you're going to be like, I wonder what Mars is like.
Yeah, Mars is probably a little wild. So when I get to that stage,
I don't know, man.
When I get to that stage, man, Elon Musk is gonna have fun.
I don't know. Godspeed. They move fast in Godspeed Auto Group.
So I've been told. I just I always love different challenges. I love driving boats, cars, motorcycles. The plane is just another.
Well, I've noticed with you something I wanted to ask you about. It looks like you're opening up, monetizing all sorts of stuff recently. I'm seeing jet skis, old cars.
So we got the boat rental going on. So classic current rentals. It's boats and then classic cars. You can rent out classic cars for like your wedding venue or
for your
college
prom
graduation prom. Yeah, so that's been pretty good. And then we also have the towing company as well. And then we're actually opening up our 12th and 13th Meineke location here in the next 90 days. So just trying to stay busy on that aspect, but still have fun. You know, you gotta keep living and be able to work. You know, kind of differentiate the two, but at the same time, still be able to do what you want.
Well, one thing I noticed with you, because I've been working with you now for a long time, the majority of your managers stay with you.
Yeah, no, well, I'm blessed to have a really good team. The team that we have, majority of them has been with us for a while now, and we hold them to a high standard, but they knock it out of the park. There's a lot of companies that have bad eggs, but I can proudly say that we've weeded out a lot of our bad eggs. And
I knew a few of those eggs.
A lot of our employees are fantastic, and we're blessed to have a lot of skilled individuals on our side.
You do. I always enjoy your managers meeting. I always enjoy hanging with the guys, going through the stores. Everybody's always smiling.
Yeah,
Everybody's
it's good.
always
I think it's good to have a manager meeting if you're a large organization. To get all your centers together, so this way you guys can kind of get coherent and also compete. You know what I mean? That it's good to be synergized, and it's good to kind of understand each other, but it's also good to kind of put everybody in the same room and kind of say, oh man, that guy did better than me. What do I got to do to get there? Or whatever the case is, if it's rewarding them too. Man, that guy got a free TV. How do I get a free TV?
Or, hey, I had a problem with this car and I didn't know what to do.
Exactly.
And then this guy had the same problem. Now I know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Using each other as a brain and, getting better. I mean, that's team, man. We talk about all the time. Teams together, everybody achieves more. So the more that everybody can do together, the better everybody's going to be.
I agree. I love the culture you created in this company. I enjoy working with you guys because of that. I'll say most of the people I work with have good culture. Not all. There's some that it's kind of sketchy.
Sure.
But this I like. I like it. And when I come into a organization and I'm with them for years and years, and the majority of their key people are still there, that tells me their culture is good. Because if not, people bail. You start seeing that rotating door, and you don't have that.
Right.
I mean, you lose people here and there like everybody, but not like a lot. So That's impressive.
Right. We appreciate that, brother. Well, I think that's it, man. I'm glad to have you on the show.
Always my pleasure.
Been a pleasure. And